All right, what's up, YouTube? Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. A little lighthearted tonight, man. It's kind of a cool afternoon here in the Deep South where college football is king on the plains of Auburn. The battle cry is War Eagle. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe. And Vernon Speaks Sports is on tonight, man. It's been a little slow, Auburn, in the dual bye week. And I want to say for contextual purposes, man, this actually sucked. You know what I'm saying? Auburn has not played a football game in 2 weeks, and we're having to watch other football teams play, including Arkansas versus Florida tonight, which is actually turning out to be a pretty good game so far. Auburn kind of looking like the kid that is on punishment, having to look at his friends play outside through the window. Absolutely sucks. What I was really looking forward to is really seeing how Auburn was going to continue the offensive production from Ole Miss and the production from Ole Miss and LSU. It seems like Auburn has started to find some things. Started to find some things to keep some teams off balance. Really started to attack the perimeter. Tank Bigsby started to emerge, and you started to see some blocking wide receivers, which I think is a staple in the Gus Malzahn run offense. I mean, we like it or love it, but Gus Malzahn had to take over this offense because, for number one, Chad Morris really didn't get a chance to work with his guys in the spring training and also didn't have much of a fall camp. But with the 2 weeks, assuming they took advantage of the time given, I mean, who knows what the offense is going to continue to look like. Getting the ball to Anthony Schwartz, getting the ball to who I thought, if you look back at some of my prior videos, I thought Xavier Capers, because of his natural ability, he's tall and he has great hands. I thought Xavier Capers would be a factor, and sure enough, he is out there. Kobe Hudson is out there. The great thing I like about Kobe Hudson, even though he's not getting a lot of publicity as an all-star wide receiver, he's blocking on the perimeter. And that's something that earns you some playing time in a Gus Malzahn run offense. And, of course, you got the running game with Tank Bigsby, and then you have Sean Shivers, DJ Williams battling injury. But in that LSU game, we got a glimpse of Mark Anthony Richards, who could be a factor down the stretch. If you look at him from high school, he was like a skinny dude, like 6'1", maybe 190 pounds, but he appears to be about 6'1", maybe a smooth 210. He looks like a solid 210, and I think he could be a factor down the stretch. He's battling that leg injury from last year. And then you talk about guys like Eli Stowe, Anthony Schwartz, Seth Williams. I think Auburn is really starting to figure out, kind of like how they did in 2013. Even though they lost to LSU, they started to get somewhat of an identity of what the offense can look like. You start to see Bo Nix emerge as a threat with the run game. Teams are having to factor him in, and with all the other weapons around, you start to think, well, damn, this offense can be pretty good. But the only thing that sucks is the fact that we did not get a chance to see this week how Auburn would have progressed, especially over the bye week. We hope they haven't lost any momentum. We hope that, COVID-19 doesn't present a situation to where you have 3 consecutive weeks of bye weeks for Auburn, especially going up against a Tennessee team, which could really pose as a litmus test as to where Auburn is at this moment. Tennessee is not having a lot of success, but they're good enough to where Auburn can kind of use this as a gauge to see how they progress. How many of you all have been watching college football and was thinking about around 4 o'clock, SEC Network, Auburn would have been facing off against Mississippi State, but nope, this pandemic has kept Auburn under the wraps for yet another week. So we have to see next week, hopefully, if Zacoby McClain can continue his momentum as a great linebacker in the SEC, Owen Pappo, as well as Kobe Wooten, and some of the other guys from the 2019 class that have started to emerge as factors. But we got to wait and see. Tomorrow, hopefully no crazy news will come about that will talk about the potential canceling of the Auburn versus Tennessee game. I will give my initial reaction or give my initial viewpoint of Auburn versus Tennessee coming back to Jordan-Hare Stadium. If they would have taken on Mississippi State, that would have actually been a road game to where Bo Nix could have actually really started to see how well he plays on the road. Even though against Texas A&M last year, he played okay on the road, but he definitely wasn't a factor as to why Auburn won the game. We want to see a true blue game with Bo Nix and on the road, and we want to see a dominant performance. He definitely took ownership in that LSU game and wanted to be a factor there. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.